What is shaking, y'all? It is episode, oh my God, we turned 30 today. Episode 30 of the Golden Mike Live 3-0. You cannot cancel me. Mood Swing Mollie, you know why you can't cancel me?
No, why?
Because I produce this show. I produce this show, Guillaume. Okay. Guillaume, who are you? Who are you trying to get on my show, Guillaume? Oh my God, heroes together on a call. It is good to see you, Guillaume. We are talking with Mood Swing Mollie, the founder of Mood Swing Wines today. Comedian, lead folks on pilgrimages, menopause guru, if you want to call it that. All these other things. We met in Canada, and like I just could not stop laughing, Mollie. Oh, don't jump the gun already. Don't jump the gun. You know where we're going. You know where we're going. I love you too. I love you too. So here's the deal, y'all. If you haven't met me, my name is Mark Cordone. Positive psychology coach, the happiness professor, if that's what you want to call me. I focus on two things: feeling good and living to your full potential so that you're living fulfilled. So Mollie, are you feeling good and living fulfilled right now?
Heck yeah! I am so filled.
Boom! Okay, so anyone out there who's watching, I know you guys are watching on this AM on a Tuesday. For those of you who are feeling good and living fulfilled, put it up, Mollie. Can you give us some hearts? Can you give us some hearts? Make it beat, 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 make it fly, make it pump, make it pump, make it pump, make it pump, make it pump. Other shoulder, other shoulder. Oh my God. This is going to be crazy. This is going to be crazy. Let us see some hearts if you are living fulfilled and you are feeling good today. Also at the same time, it's a Tuesday. It's the middle of April. You may have had a crappy weekend. You may be thinking to yourself, you know what? I don't know what it means to live with passion or fulfillment right now. Or I got a tummy ache this morning and I don't feel so good. You know what? It's okay to have those days, guys. It's okay to have those days. Give us a thumbs up. Let us know that you're getting by. Let us know that you're doing all right, okay? And thanks for watching. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Now, here's the other thing, y'all. If you're feeling, whether you're feeling good, whether you're feeling down, whether you're feeling up, down, all around, if you're feeling hopeful, Mollie, do it with me.
Okay, you ready?
If you're feeling hopeful, give us a big old wow face. Give us that wow face. Wow face. Wow face. That is the most destructive wow face I think I've ever seen. Christina Calabria. Yes, fellow coaches living my potential. Thank you for the inspiration. Thank you, Christina. It is good to see you this AM. Stay in touch because we've got some super, super cool things that are going on this morning. Yuki Takamura. Yay. Hi from Japan. I am fulfilled. Heart thumbs up. That is good to hear. Can you finish that off? Give us a heart thumbs up and into a wow face.
Yeah.
Yuki. Give us a wow face, Yuki. It's good to see y'all here today. I am not going to cut any more corners. I'm not going to do any more call to actions. I just want to get right into this. Mollie, Mood Swing Mollie, what's your story?
Oh my gosh, my story. Well, I had a shit day. I had a day. It was the worst day of my life. So I'll give a heart, a thumbs up, and a wow. Oh
I think there's also a shit icon that you can put up there.
Also a little middle finger icon too. I sent that the other day. I thought it was the one up and I hit the middle finger. Whoops. Oh well, maybe
I think you're number one.
That finger to a couple people yesterday. But you know what?
Yowzers.
But it's how you respond to it. Yes, okay. I have to tell you in short though, besides being a shit day, I made it all the way to the Carquinez Bridge, which was an hour from where I was, and remembered that I left my purse in the director of nurse's office yesterday. So I had.
So you're over there in Cali.
Yeah, I'm in California. Yep.
Okay.
I was working in Oakland yesterday, and I'm driving home and coming to the toll bridge, and I'm like, I don't have my purse. And so they charge you like $38 to get through if you don't have the cash, right? So
right.
So you get ticketed when you get home. So I drive and I go all the way back, and then traffic started, and I'm like, what is going on here, people? But then I put in some jam in my car. I was listening to Sammy Hagar, Standing Hampton, rocking out to that. Still, my alarm went off. I'll tell you about my alarm. That went off, and I'm like, I just don't want to give thanks right now. I'm like really pissed. But then I put my music I was fine. So anyway,
okay.
Knows that if people have shitty days, it's just how we get past that, and that's your mission right there. So
that's part of. I mean, that's part of life. It's a lot. I think a lot of folks think that being a positive psychologist guy, it's all about every single day is Taco Tuesday, and rainbows and Skittles are always falling out of the sky. And no, that is not what positive psychology is. And then you eat the rainbows falling out of the sky. Of course you would. Yeah. You're tasting the rainbow. But Mollie, let me bring this back, because part of your story is you did have a crappy day, right? Yeah. But talk to me a little bit about talk to me about you. Where did you what's your origin story of sorts, Mollie?
Well,
and how, because swing Mollie, but there was Mollie at first, and so I wanted Mollie.
Well, Mollie Openshaw was born and raised in California. I was the only sister of 3 brothers, one of which is still here and 2 that have passed. So it's Michael, Mollie, Tim, and Chris McCarthy. We have lived in Chico all of our lives. You know, there's that point where you kind of move away and do your thing and come back, which I did. For a number of years, actually, since I was 16 years old, I worked as a nurse's aide. And so I've been in the medical field for as long as I can remember. Currently still have my day job. I work as a nurse consultant for a long-term care pharmacy. But I want you guys out there to think of a couple of things, that just because you went to nursing school, or you went to become a doctor, or you're a donut maker in a donut shop, we seriously have more than one gift. You would know that, Mark. I mean, Mark's got of gifts, right? We have a lot of gifts out there. We have to be able to open and receive those gifts. And I got a great gift 5 years ago. Didn't even know it was coming, didn't pray about it, didn't manifest it, but I knew that I was more for a greater purpose. I knew that I was placed on this earth to do great things. And my dad said to me, Mollie, you've got the gift of gab. You should get paid for it. I'm like, that's always been in the back of my mind. And I'll kind of jump ahead to this story and then go back to Dad. So didn't really give it much thought, and long-term, care facilities and working for a long-term care pharmacy, getting kind of run down, feeling like I'm not feeling it anymore. I love how little things just pop up into your life, just completely unexpected. And it started with my best girlfriend, Serena. Serena is one of my best friends. I came through her door to say hi, and she is in her house crying like a baby. I mean, she was freaked out. I'm like, oh my, what the hell is wrong with you? And I'm like, I'll be right back. Because you know what best friends do, right? When your best friend is crying, you run to the store and get a bottle of wine, right? I can solve this. She's miserable.
I'm going to get you drunk.
10 o'clock in the morning, but East Coast time, we're good. We know that. So I'm like, okay, I'll be right back. And I head to the grocery store. And when I go to the grocery store, when you go to the grocery store, Mark, you know that there are just rows and rows and miles of wine to choose, right?
Yeah.
You just look at it and you're like, there's so many choices, right? But all I wanted was like a smiley face, something that would just make her happy, right? And I'm like, I can't find anything. So I just grabbed my go-to wine, and at the time, it's the big bottle of Woodbridge Chardonnay for $8.99. You get a big bottle, and you're happy, right? So we have.
I think those are the ones that you twist the top off.
Twist tops that, you know, we used to joke about that. Like twist tops were like so convenience, right? It's just you need to screw up. Right? Oh my gosh.
This is an emergency. We need to get right to it. No corks, no nothing.
I know, right? So I head to her house and I come through the door with a bottle of wine. She's like, oh my God, thank God. And I'm like, Serena, what is going on with you? And you know, Mark, she had books stacked all around her house. She was going through a horrible divorce. And I thought it was that. I thought it was the books. I thought it was the divorce. And she says, no. And she's like, I'm going through menopause. And I'm like, oh my God, menopause. What? I hadn't even gone through menopause and she's younger. And I'm like, what? And then she started telling me all this crazy shit that her mom was going through. I'm like, wait, I was raised Catholic and my mom didn't even tell me about a period. And now we're talking menopause. What?
Oh my God, the show's already going off the rails.
Right. I had to have the nuns teach me about my period. It was a little book they gave me. They never talked about it. My mom never talked about it. And mom never talked about menopause. Oh my God. So she's giving me the 411 on menopause. And it, the worst thing I'd ever heard. Oh my God.
Well, I'm getting like super triggered right now because I walked in late the day that our Catholic school was giving us the talk. Oh, yeah. And so it was like one of those, do you remember in school when it was like the film projectors that it'd make a beep with the recording and you flip it? I just remember they were like, when a man and woman love each other, and they were sitting on a couch, and then the next slide was an angel coming down. So I literally thought that like men and women love each other, and then an angel comes down with a baby. Like,
you know, yeah, that's kind of how it happened in the Bible, though. Remember, Mary was never had sex. Right?
Oh, absolutely. It was awesome. I just wanted to give you a shout right now because Donna Brown is saying hi to both of us right now. So hi, Donna. It's good to see you. So let's get back to this whole idea of you yourself had never gone through menopause. No. Serena's losing her shit. You've got a bottle of cheap ass wine.
It's good cheap ass wine though. It was too, but it was good nonetheless. But Mark, she started talking about all this shit. I'm like, oh my God, you're younger, and I'm gonna like have to go through this. Holy crapola!
Okay, like what was she talking about?
Oh my God. Okay, I will tell you because you know all too well about the symptoms of menopause. In fact, everyone in Canada heard about what we're going through. Right? Let's start with her eyesight. Okay. Wearing reader glasses, never on your face, but always on your head so you know where to grab them, right? Eyesight, hot sweats, night sweats, mood swings, hence the mood swing wines, mood swings, irritability, bloating, all this shit. That's all the same stuff we went through when we were having our period. So we have to like go into this and be happy about it. Oh my God, vaginal dryness. I've so many women going through menopause that have vaginal dryness. You know, they've got the bloating. They can't pull their pants up. All the crap we went through when we were kids. Now we all of a sudden turn 40 and 50 and we have to go through this crap again. I'm thinking, I'm doomed. I'm so doomed. And you're screwed right now, right?
Okay, so let's I don't even know where to go from here. Let's talk about putting everything forward. And actually I want to move back a little bit. Okay. So you've always had the gift of gab every time you since you were smaller, since you were little Mollie?
Yeah. Remember the report cards that we used to get in Catholic school? They're just threefold, and they look like they're on that parchment paper. And blue. They get the copy. We get the copy. Yeah. You always get a 0 or a plus or whatever. Then you have room for comments. Yeah, I still have my report cards from they're very faded now, but Mollie gets up and wanders with no direction. Okay. She talks out of turn. You need to stay focused. All the shit that I heard is everything that I am today. I can't stay focused. I talk out of turn. I wander with no direction. So, and those are, I look at those as positive things. Seriously. Yeah. Looking back on those really had some negative connotation. But you know what, though? I look at those now as, you know what? If I have a report, well, I've had report cards from my kids. Those weren't as pretty. But when I look at those now, I look at those as my gifts. Those are my gifts, the gift of gab. Yes, and my dad always said that I had the gift of gab, and it was kind of insulting. But now I've told him, like, Dad, you know what? This is paying off. The gift of gab, you knew all along the gift that I had, and I didn't think of it as a gift. I thought you were just being mean to me, you know, and saying negative. So, back when I was a little girl, I was all that. I was a bag of chips then, all that in a bag of chips, and I'm that now, right?
Now, I wanted to show you what Don is saying here. This is Mark's favorite topic, Mollie. How did you know? Donna's saying, you're making him stir. Absolutely. I have no fucking idea where to go with this.
Donna, I got Mark at vaginal dryness.
It was vaginal dryness. If my brown skin could blush right now, if my brown skin could blush, it would. So let me ask you this: when those things in the report card were coming back to you, did you see those as deficiencies? Because like, it is one thing, like, to be a young kid and be like, I'm all that in a bag of chips, and I got a D in class participation because I'm talking out of turn. Was that something that you wanted to correct? Or is that something that you always knew that you would use as a strength?
No. And you know what? I didn't know as a young child that I needed to correct it. I was told I had to correct it. The nuns, I mean, let me give you an example. Sister Mary Berkmans was my principal in Catholic school. That was my dad's grade teacher. She didn't like my dad. So you can imagine how my life was being Pat McCarthy's daughter. It didn't start out good from the beginning. So I didn't recognize it. And that telling me that this is, and I used to bang erasers, you know, after school. It was torture. Yeah.
Okay. So really it wasn't until maybe a few years ago when you were falling into your purpose and Pop said, you really have this gift of gab and this thing that has been, you know, folks have tried to suppress, and you ended up clapping the erasers. Right? It's so bad when the wind was going the wrong way because the dust would get in your face. It's so good. By the way, I have to ask, what did your uniforms look like?
Oh, my uniforms were so gross. They were plaid, and they had black and white and red and threads of yellow in them. And my saddle shoes, my poor mom, I would have to wear those saddle shoes until there were like half of them on anymore. I mean, if the toes were rubbed out, I had one pair where I remember having my white socks sticking through because mom would not buy me a new pair. I don't know if it's or not. But that was also one of the things Sister Mary Berkmans could get mad at me about. She's like, you need some new saddle shoes. I'm like,
I absolutely love Catholic school. Donna Brown is getting the most entertainment of this. Best show ever. Almost as fun as embarrassing your adolescent kids.
Yeah.
Your torture is our entertainment. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, thanks, Donna.
Donna, I'm glad that you're loving this. Yeah. So let me ask you this, Mollie. Yes. So you were scared shitless. Based on Serena's sort of initial telling of what you would be experiencing with menopause, right? Now let's fast forward, and you're going through, or when you went through menopause yourself, was it what you expected? Was it not like you expected?
Well, God. Well, vaginal dryness was not the option. I'm like, sorry. And then her low libido. Oh, hell, I'm all about a high libido. I just need a guy. Just saying. So there's a lot of things that I experienced. But right after that happened with Serena, when I started to Google search and do the whole thing, and which created Nutrition Lines, which we'll get back to. But I remember getting my pap and pelvic. My legs are up in the air. My doctor, who's also a friend of mine, is like, so what are you doing these days? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, your labs look really good. You know, he's trying to have small talk while your vagina is facing him. And he's got this speculum in you. And he's like, so tell me what's been going on, blah, blah, blah. Haven't seen you in the neighborhood. You know, I think you're not going through menopause, but I think your labs look good. Vagina looks good. Everything's good. All right. And I told him at the time, you know, Serena's going through menopause. I went to the store for wine, told him the whole story. He goes, you know, you really can't endorse a product, you know, all these things that you're talking about, like having mood swing wines and coming up with these great names that you shared with me. You can't endorse a product if you're not having hot flashes and going through those symptoms and everything looks pretty good. And I'm like, you're sucking the rain right out of my parade right now. I've got a really kick-ass idea and I want to move forward with this. And I thought, there's that self-doubt, right? And just as I was leaving, or he was leaving his office and says, goodbye, I'll see you in the hood, he opens the door. And
wait, so you were talking about your business model with your gynecologist?
Well, you got to, oh, the dogs are barking. Sorry. You got to come up with some kind of small talk when your vagina is spread, you know, to Italy.
Okay. Thank you, God, that the internet just broke up right now, because I would have had to end the show right there.
Oh, you can't say vagina.
No, you can say whatever you want. I told you this was the golden mic and to take it and run with it. And this is the best part. Jorge says, come to Puerto Rico. Jorge, it's good to see you.
All right, Jorge.
I think he might have heard the thing with Lola Vito. No way. He's like, come to Puerto Rico. We can solve all this.
He heard vagina.
That's dryness. Come to Puerto Rico. Oh, that's the panacea.
So yeah, I'll tell you though, really, though, when he went out the door, he said, I'll talk to you later, you know, because he lives in my neighborhood. I'll talk to you later, blah, blah, blah. And honest to God, Mark, as soon as I left, you know, his office, I'm thinking, well, that fucking sucks. I'm like, really? I don't really have a good idea. I have to have these symptoms first. And I swear when I'm walking down the hallway, I'm like, am I having one or am I just having a panic attack? And sure as shit, everything started to happen. You go back to symptoms. I think the biggest symptom and the biggest problem that I had with menopause, yeah, hot sweats and on a date is not fun. Definitely not fun. Never was asked out by that guy again. That was really ugly. But the things that were the hardest for me though were this panic, this panic attack that I would have at nighttime, like this unsettling, oh my God. And my mom and dad said, oh, it's just because your brain's not shut enough. You know, we've never diagnosed you with OCD, but you have like OCD symptoms. Sure. And, you know, shut it off. And I'm like, I know, but this is real. I mean, I really feel like there's this impending doom. And then the hot flashes, of course. You know, I had some itchy hair and dry hair for a while. Everything dried up there, but not down there. You know, there's just, you know, I think every woman, Mark, has different symptoms. And it's how we embrace those symptoms that we'll talk about.
Okay, so let's talk about embracing those symptoms right now.
Okay. Well, let's start with vaginal dryness. There's a thing
God, I cannot.
Well, there's a thing called lube. There's medications. There's doctors.
You got this. You got this. Just keep going.
You go to the bathroom, you put your pants, right? It's the Mollie Show, and you're on the boat right with Mollie. And my next guest is Mark Cordell. Let's hear Welcome, Mark.
Yes. So is that segment over yet? No, but the first thing is vaginal dryness.
You know, in all seriousness, menopause it really does suck for a lot of women.
Yeah. How
we handle it, how we take care of it. Are we taking care of it mentally, spiritually, physically? How are we going into menopause? I'm not a doctor, but I know that there are doctors, there are compounding pharmacies, there are different avenues to get the physical, the health part under control. Okay, now the dogs are going to fight while I'm here. So there's that in itself. You know, you can go and get help. But if you're looking at it from a perspective of staying happy, embracing life, that's what my message has been to women. Yeah, I don't like this. Okay, I forgot about the other thing too. Can you see right here? Like right,
Let me look.
Little hairs that are growing. Okay? Those are there. And I carry tweezers everywhere I go. They're there. And I'm thinking, if I'm on my back, and that's not going to work. No, but so I pluck these little things, and they grow all the time, right? Like goat hair, like you. I look like sometimes.
Am I going through menopause? Is this a sign of menopause right here?
Anyway. So we know that we've got to take care of these things, but it's the way you go into it. I laugh about it. I mean, I don't just carry my tweezers, have them in the kitchen sink and in the bathroom sink. I keep them in my car because, you know, like you put your visor down on a really good sunny day. There's all kinds of shit up there you didn't know you had. So you got to carry those tweezers, right? And vaginal dryness and mood swings and hot flashes and irritability and weight gain. I mean, I could walk by the refrigerator and not even open it and gain 10 pounds. Okay. But it's the way that we deal with it. And my message, because of the gift of gab coming in, my message to women is we've got to embrace what we're going through. You know, life is too short to be doom and gloom, to commiserate on all the bad stuff. So I've opened a language and a dialogue through my bottle of wine to initiate that conversation with women that keeps it upbeat and positive.
Absolutely. We've got Allison Prophet that's personally PMing me right now, and I hope it's okay that I share this, Allison. It's too late now, but she is like dying for reals right now. She's at work, so she cannot comment, but she's got the headphones on, and she's absolutely dying. So Allison, big shout outs to you. Donna's loving the goat hair comment.
Talk to her, yeah.
Yeah, but okay, so let's talk about this. I mean, I love how you talked about, okay, there's all this physical symptomatology that goes on, and you can go and get those things taken care of. However, I think this is where we come together really well, Mollie. Like, how does this impact one's happiness?
It could really impact your happiness. There are a lot of women out there that are seeking not just the medical consulting or going to the doctor. A lot of doctors are putting women on antidepressants. You know, like, oh, well, you're depressed. Well, they're not looking at the whole picture. They're not looking at their age demographic, their body type, when their mother went into menopause, when their aunts went into menopause. They're not looking at that. And there's a lot of people just thinking that, and women are thinking they're depressed. What's going on? You know, there's been a shift. And they don't know
absolutely
what's going on. But you and I, the shift is, you know what, wait, recognize it right away. If you feel like you're even beginning to feel a little depressed, or your boobs all of a sudden just like we're out to here and you can't get your pants up, we're changing. Our bodies are changing. So we need to identify that right away and get the help that we need. And, yes, medical help is needed. I haven't needed to get any medical help, maybe a little bit of psychological.
Well, Allison just said, damn doctors, throw a pill at it and Shazam, it's bullshit. You're getting a lot of, you're getting a lot of feedback here from some of the people who are at work listening in. So yes, so let's go. I guess I'm stuttering, but also as a sort of a person who works in positive psychology, a person who works in happiness, life transitions are one of the biggest factors that change your happiness, right? So a lot of people think that, okay, going through a divorce or going through a major, a death in the family, or going through any, the big obvious things would impact your happiness. Yeah. But also, this is a major part of a person's life that you're talking about. I love the fact that we are laughing about it, but also at the same time, like, when it comes to, you're in a room by yourself and you're thinking about this is some serious shit. To think about, like, this is a change, and even with even when we were educated about, not me, but my sister was, educated about her period, she was like, oh, you're becoming a woman, right? There was that life transition, right? Uh-oh, it sounds like you've got stuff to say about that too. But okay, we'll go there if we need to. But everything in terms of a transition impacts your happiness.
Yeah.
And so talk to me a little bit about the wine piece now, the mood swing wine, because you're kind of, you've got these elements, right? You're with your friend. You know, your friend is crying. She's telling you about what she's going through, the transition that she's going through. You're a little bit scared now all of a sudden. And
Yeah.
so what was the inception behind Mood Swing Wines coming about?
It came from Serena and all the crap she was going through and not finding a bottle of wine that she could, like smile about or laugh about. And when I went home that night, I'm thinking, well, that just sucks. I mean, there's nothing out there that would be fun, right?
Yeah.
And instead of counting sheep, and now I'm counting my own hot flashes in the middle of the night, I'm being woke up. Okay? Hot flashes. Sheep got hot flashes. I don't see them jumping. Just wanting to rip my clothes. So I got on the internet and I'm like, wine, menopause, laughter. I mean, I Googled the shit out of everything. And I'm thinking there's certainly got to be a bottle of wine out there that, is about menopause or pokes fun at menopause. And there wasn't anything. And I'm like, well, this is crazy. And seriously, I'm a woman of faith. The Lord kept waking me up in the middle of the night, giving me hot flashes and giving me seriously, it was one of those things where, oh my gosh, Serena was miserable. I'm not going to be miserable. Serena wants to stay on her couch. I want to get off my couch and have fun. I want to celebrate my life. So I already knew what my message would be to women, and it always has been since I was very young. I'm a very happy person. People know me as being very happy and embracing and living life to the fullest. I said, so I don't have a problem with my message. And then I started to wake up more and more with what the label should look like, how the woman should feel purchasing Mood Swing Wines. And the names are all symptoms of what we go through.
Okay, so let's go through it. I got to hear it.
Yeah. Covers off Chardonnay. Okay, Allison, you'll love that because when you're having hot flash, sister, those covers are coming right off, right? There's actually no covers on your bed anymore, I'm guessing, right? With the hot flashes. So covers off Chardonnay. I've got Zinopause. You gotta forget. And what show am I on? I'm Mark. You're Mark, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Sucks. And go ahead.
Sorry, what is it again? I missed you.
Memory Lapse Merlot. Yeah, right. And I've got other lines. I've got a line that I'm continuing to grow. So I've got Personal Summer Pinot. I'm going to have a Pinot. Summer Pinot. That's hot here. Sweaty Sheet Sauvignon Blanc. I've got Grin and Barbera. I've got a beautiful tasting Barbera that we'll probably bring out next fall. Not Tonight Noir. I mean, there's just a bunch of really great lines coming out. So it's going to be really fun. So that's what it was, Mark. It was like, okay, I'm going to do this. And I went on my birthday to Maui with my girlfriends and I told them about it. And they said, if you don't do it, you're going to kick yourself in the ass and you're the perfect person for it. Do it. And a year later, we launched.
Okay. So how have things been? What have been some of the things you've been getting from folks after you've launched a year ago?
Well, I love it. I mean, the response has been overwhelming. I have followed an organization of women called Wine Women in Shoes, and they look for wine vendors. They look for product where they can put together and help raise funds for nonprofits. And so I met them, and I've been traveling with them for the last 2.5 years from city to city, state to state, bringing my wine out, showing and sharing my wine. And it's also offered an opportunity. I've got to be really good friends with Alan and Kathy Glist, also Ken Greenblatt and Seth Greenblatt. They are the producers of Menopause the Musical in Las Vegas.
Right on.
They have the longest running show on the Strip in Nevada, and I've become the exclusive wine at Menopause the Musical. So that's an amazing opportunity. For a year, I was in 9 Kroger's grocery stores back in the Mid-East, but I realized that my wine wasn't cut out for big box grocery stores because then again, you got those sea of wine selections that people, do the go-to wine. So I'm finding more of a niche wine. Online sales are great. And a lot of opportunity this year that we can talk about. I'm like flabbergasted with what's going on this year.
I would love to hear what's going on in the next year.
Okay, this is exciting. So first of all, first things first, because it's in the front of my brain, my friend Lisa Dempsey, who I went to Chico State with, and we were fraternity little sisters. There's some stories with that one. But she and I have been friends forever and ever, and she's been working as a stunt double. She works for stunts in Hollywood and has for years and years. Most recently, she has been offered an opportunity to go work in Napa. And there's a new Netflix show coming out called Wine Country. So she said, hey, how about getting your wine on the show and doing some product placement? And I'm like, heck yeah, let's do it. Well, they're trying to get through the red tape. Nonetheless, though, I'm going to be having my wine available for the cast and crew, which is super, super exciting. But guess who the stars are in the show? Mark, where'd you go? Mark, where'd you go? Did you go to the bathroom?
I'm here. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Good. I can totally hear you. Okay.
Yeah.
So the stars of the show, Tina Fey, Amy Poehler, Maya Rudolph, almost every cast member to Saturday Night Live, these women, and they're in my demographic of women, which is totally exciting. So just to have them have my wine during the show would be fabulous. The second thing is a management company in Nashville, Tennessee, after seeing me at Wine, Women, and Shoes, asked if I would be interested in brand partnering with a 4-time Grammy award-winning country music artist. And so she wants to build a show around my brand. And so we're in negotiations with that. So
who is it?
A lot of great stuff going on.
So who is it?
Can't tell you. And the reason
what does it rhyme with?
It rhymes with, I can't tell you. No, she's a great lady. She's been writing songs for country music stars, you know, ever since she was itty bitty. She does her own show. She's well known. I mean, she attends some serious country music awards, and we're shooting for June because, you know, we're busy in May. You and I got a lot of stuff going on in May, so I think I'll be able to go to Nashville for one of her shows in June and move forward. So it's kind of exciting.
So you have to tell me, you aren't just branching.
I'm not just
wines now. It looks like it looks like you're not just doing wines now, but there's some high-end retreats that we're looking at.
Yes, there are. Kelly Sheets and I are designing some really great high-end retreats. I don't want to say high-end that it's going to be something that's not affordable for anybody. Allison, you got to come. If you're having hot flashes, sister, you need to come with us.
Allison just made it very clear that she's not there yet. She's not there yet.
Oh, she's not there yet. Okay. Yes. Well, when you're there, I've got wine and I've got some fun for you. The retreats, you know, aren't going to be specifically designed for women going through, you know, perimenopause or menopause. We want women to come into this retreat that want a life-changing experience. We are planning a trip to Bali. We're doing back-to-back 2 weeks in November. And Kelly Sheets is a coach and an amazing person. So she's going to be offering herself to this small group. I'm going to be offering a little, an injection of humor into it. And we have a special guest that's coming as well. And Kelly's been going to Bali for a long time. So we have, you know, some places, really special places to go to. And it's going to be a journey. So women, when they go, obviously have the time of their life. But when they come back, their mindset, they've shifted. They're like, you know what, you're right. I had the time of my life, but I'm bringing the time of my life back into my my everyday today. So we
that's amazing.
See some transformation from women. So yeah, it's really exciting, and we're going to kind of do. We're renaming it a little bit to I Like Drink, Love, Pray. I don't know if I can really use that or not because of the original book and the movie that it was made, but I'm shifting it up because like you want to drink first, right? And then you want to pray and then maybe love on some people.
That is fantastic. That is fantastic. If you're loving drink, love, pray, or if you're loving all of this, make sure you're giving us some love. Make sure you're giving us some love, some hearts, some thumbs up. So Okay, we've got all of these things going on, Mollie. Mood Swing Wines. We got the retreats. What's the best way to keep in touch with you?
Oh my gosh, on social media, I mean, like everybody else,
Yep.
Instagram, moodswingwines.com. You can follow me on Facebook. A lot of my activity, too, is on my personal Facebook page. So Mollie Macarthy Openshaw. You can go to Mark's page and see we're friends. You can go to any one of our mutual friends and find me. That's the best way.
Yeah, that's the beauty of Facebooks.
Yeah.
You can just go here right now, and just direct message Mollie. I also have, if you're watching this over YouTube, I have Mollie's email address that I just put on Mollie at MOLLIE at moodswingwines.com.
That's right.
.com. .com. Mollie, you've said enough. You've said enough. I don't need to leave early and take a pee in the middle of my show like I just did. This is the first show I'll ever do this. I needed to run out and get some water in the middle of this. I think I had a hot flash of my own there. This was unbelievable, sister. I will see you in New York, but more importantly, it is awesome to call you my friend and colleague. I have a feeling we'll be keeping in touch for a very, very long time. And if menopause ever becomes a thing, I need to go on one of these retreats.
We've already talked about you.
Menopause. I know. I'm getting. Well, people here are PMing me saying you totally are having like memory lapses right now, Mark. So I'm like, you need to go on this retreat. Yeah. You need to drink this wine. Yeah. So with that said, Mollie, this is why it's called the Golden Mic. This is why it's called the Golden Mic. And so I'm going to go into a quick visioning activity with you, and I want you to imagine a golden mic coming down over there this morning in front of you and falling down right in front of you. And this golden mic translates into every language all across the world. And for 2 minutes, the entire world is listening. So when I flip the switch, Mood Swing Mollie, you are on the golden mic.
Hey, everybody, it's Mollie from Mood Swing Wines. And what I want to tell you is very important. It doesn't matter right now if you're a woman going through perimenopause or menopause. Let's just take it and look at the whole picture. The life that we're living right now, are we living it to the fullest? I've always been one gal that loves to be happy and to be with happy people, to engage myself with people who live their life to the fullest. And I want you to do the same thing. Yes, I do talk to, and I'm on stage and love to be on stage and give this very message to women that are going through menopause, because there are a lot of women that are just completely doom and gloom and have no hope. Some of them are experiencing empty nest. They are sad that their kids are out of the house. There are things that are changing and shifting in their life right now. But I want them, and I want all of you to know that we are created for so many great things while we're here on Earth. I mean, we have just enough time. I don't know when we're going to be checking out. I'm 55. I could check out tomorrow, but I don't want to die tomorrow not knowing that I did everything that I could, traveled, met people every day, and really exuded happiness and shared with the world. So I want to continue on that journey of moving forward and hopefully helping or inspiring somebody to make that change. Yeah, those symptoms suck. Who wants to have these things growing out of our face? And who wants to wear reader glasses on the top of our head when they really should be right here? Those are all symptoms, guys, but we can move forward. And, you know, if you're having a hot flash, people always ask, you know, does the wine help me with my hot flashes? Hell no. But if you drink a whole bottle, you're going to forget that you have hot flashes, okay? So embrace life, open that conversation, open that bottle, if you will.
Did we lose Mollie? Yo, can you see her? Ooh, not during the golden mic. Okay, so this is a first. So Mollie actually looks like she's stuck right now, or I'm stuck. So what we are going to do, yeah, she froze, Donna. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to invite her back to finish off what the heck she was just about to say. Y'all, this one has been an instant classic. I have a feeling that you're going to want to see Mollie back. I want to see Mollie back, so we'll have her back. Remember to like her, love her, share this out. Moodswingwines.com is how to keep in touch with her. Tomorrow we have Liz CPL, who she's a coach, and she's going to be talking about the power of pivoting. My name is Mark Cordone. This has been Golden Mike 30. I'm going to have to change my clothes. This was amazing. Mollie, thank you for being here. If you can hear us, we love you. That was amazing. And this is the final thing. If you're feeling good and living to fulfillment, give me a final heart. And my final question to you is, if you're feeling good and you're living to full fulfillment, what are you going to do to serve the greater good? My name is Mark Cordone. This has been the Golden Mike 30. I'll see you soon. Take care.